we clearly have a Tic Tac Toe game that mostly works, and that just came from most of this code that it just generated from me asking it to make an AI. Like, it's just this one little line I wrote to it, and it wrote the core functionality for the entire game. That is insane. And yeah, it got a few things wrong, but they were easily fixable. And for this example here, when it said negative infinity and it had positive infinity, all I had to do was tell it that GameMaker doesn't have a concept for infinity, and it gave me an alternative that worked. All right, so I just wanted to do a quick video here about ChatGPT and GameMaker. I think we should do something simple like make a tic-tac-toe game. Okay. So let's work on that 2D grid. There we go. Okay. Two objects, X and O. Now we have to make objects for it. Anyway, first, actually, there's going to be a game manager object. Okay. Okay. Let's see what ChatGPT has to say. Okay, so first, let's do this one right here. Go to the game manager. Equals 0. You know what? Just to be fancy, there we go. Equals X turn. We might not even need two objects. We just might need the sprites. Okay, so now we're going to have to do some stuff. Array. Okay, let's go with the first one. That's awesome. It's showing the multiple different ways to do this. I haven't seen it do that yet. Yeah, that helped a lot. Okay, let's see where to put that. Put it in the step event for now, but probably might change that. I don't know if it's hard to describe this. Hopefully it knows what I mean. Yep, that's right. Interesting. It's funny, the coding that it's giving for GameMaker is a lot better so far compared to previous times. Right now I'm not going to set anything, but I am going to show message. Good. So, X plus. I've been jumping back and forth between many different game engines, so I'm hoping this is the right way to do messages. I haven't done this in a long time. Okay. Is. We don't have a variable for that. So right now I'll just put -1. Yeah, I think there it is. There we go. And it would help if the game manager object were in the game. So is this my mistake? Or is this ChatGPT's mistake? Okay, let's set every position to -1. Let's see if ChatGPT can do that. It's going a bit slow today. Also, I wanted to point out that to do this, you still need to be able to understand GML, you have to understand logic, you have to understand what could be going on. I've never made Tic Tac Toe before. I'm assuming the problem right now is that because it's not showing me a message when I press the left button, that means this function isn't being told yes no matter where I click, which means that either something with this code is wrong or the value of all the points in the grid are not equal to -1. So I'm starting off with seeing how to set this grid, all the grid points to -1. Now I could obviously do that. I could write up a function right now using a for loop and go through each one. And that's what I'm assuming ChatGPT is going to do for me. But the whole point of this video is to get ChatGPT to do much as possible. Interesting. Interesting. See, I didn't know about all of this. This is what I would have done here. This is what I was just talking about. I would have, myself, without ChatGPT, I would have done this right here. But this function I didn't know existed. And this is really cool too. Yeah, that's really cool. Let's try this one. It's the simplest. Ah. Okay, that's why I didn't know what it was. Because it doesn't exist. And that's what you gotta look out for with ChatGPT. So DS grid. Oh, I guess maybe this isn't what I would have done. Let's try this one. Oh wait, no, it is a DS grid. Oh my god. Don't mind me. Alright, so that is an array. I don't know. Let's use this one. That's what I would have done anyway. Okay, perfect. I did that off screen. Perfect. Okay, great. That is working. Okay, now we're going to use the draw event. And instead of using the objects that I created, we're just going to draw it with the draw event. Okay. Now let's implement the turns. Oh, yeah, I'm trying to... Okay, I'm going to have to do a little bit, but I'm going to try to get as much as this done with ChatGPT as I can. Okay. Okay. This should be interesting. Show turn equals turn equal 0. I can't remember the name of this type of function. I think it's called like an inline something or other. It functions basically like a if then. So x goes first, else O. Okay, so what this is doing, I created a variable called showTurn. It's getting if the variable turn is equal to 0 or not. If it is equal to 0, show an X. If it's equal to 1, show a 0. Turn plus show turn. Cool. So that's working. But enough of me programming, we got to get back to ChatGPT. Actually, it already told us what to do. Set it to this. Instead of 0, though, I'm going to set it to turn. I'm going to comment out this. Provent. Okay, might need chatGPT for this. This would be a good spot. And literally, like, when you're doing this, it's just best to think like you're having a conversation with somebody. Talk to the machine like you would talk to a person, and it will understand better. Let's see what it does. Yeah, we know this. Ah, see, it's trying to figure out what language it's programming in, and it... interesting. I like that it gives a description, too. Shift tab, by the way, will move the text like that. Tab will move it out. Shift tab will move it back. Another problem here too, like I said, it sometimes puts the wrong number of variables in there. So sprite, it got that right. It's missing subimage. So just something to be cautious of if you're new in GameMaker is that there's going to be lots of errors like that. And it can still be easier than perhaps programming for yourself from the start, but it's definitely not one of the best languages out there to just copy and paste from, because I've seen errors like that all the time with GML. And they're really easy to fix if you know what you're doing. If you don't, you can still look them up. So, I mean, ultimately it's still a great tool, but just something to bear in mind. Interesting. Cool. Because I set... It's because I set this in the middle. Now, I could either write code that accounts for the X being in the middle and have an offset variable, but I'm going to be lazy and I'm just going to change it to its original origin point in the top left. Nice. Okay, so we got that functionality working. Now we need to work on the AI. me down. Sprint. This is crazy. See, this is what I love about this tool, because at this point, this would have taken me a while to figure out. And it didn't have enough room. So you can type in continue, and hopefully it'll pick up. Oh God, no. I could stop it, but I want to see what it has to say. All right. I'm going to give it its own code and get it to finish it. This is crazy. It's going to run out of room again. I was not expecting it to program this much. This is insane, truly. That is insane. Okay. Okay, time to get some more. I've never seen it programmed this much in one request before. Really buff. Yeah, this is kind of disorganized. Okay, so I'm gonna try to help it get some context. Let's see if it knows that. try this one here. Modify it a bit. Turn equals 1. Man, it gave us so like it gave us the bulk of the code just in one go. Okay. Instead of turn not equals turn, I'm going to put turn end. Oh. Yeah, interesting. Built-in functions. Interesting. Another area that you might have some troubles because GameMaker has built-in variables that ChatGPT doesn't seem to be accounting for. All right. Okay, let's see. Okay, so why isn't that happening? Negative infinity isn't a... I'm surprised I didn't get an error over that, to be honest. Yeah, I'm going to try something here. Yeah, let's try that out. So it's not working for some reason. This could simply be something I overlooked. Nope. Oh, setting it to -1, perhaps that might change things. Nope. So it's using a built-in variable again, which might mean it's not working the way it's intended. I hate when I do that. Let's see if it can tell me why it's not working. This is interesting. Okay, let's do the with okay. Check game over. It might not have gave me the best, maybe actually. Control K. Let's try that out. Okay, so it's not even recognizing it's the AI's turn. Control Shift K. This is crazy. Let's try this. Okay, got this error. Line 192. Let's do this again. Interesting. Okay, we're on to something here. I might not even need this condition. but we'll leave it in there for now. Why? I had these backwards though, which is probably what the problem was. No. It wins. Interesting. This is truly insane that I came up with all of this. Okay, if not, check. Not. This is just going to be showing the result of the game. Player wins. Computer wins. And room restart. Okay, let's see if this works. Tie. Okay, cool. Nice. Oh, that wasn't the best move. Come on. And the computer should have won there. Interesting. So used to doing that, but the code's really right down here. I'm not sure why the computer didn't win there. So the computer is not making optimal choices, and it's not showing when it won. Maybe that has something to do with my code. Try this. Our winner equals. Ooh, how am I going to do this? I don't know. Feeling kind of reckless. No clue if this is going to work or not. Probably not. Because it's two booleans coming together. It's probably not going to work. However, GameMaker kind of has zeros and ones interchangeable with true and false. So we'll see if that does something. I forget again. Wait, no. I was right that time. All right. Let's cross our fingers and see if this works. Tie. Wait, how does the computer win? Computer should have won. Yeah, that's definitely wrong. I think I'm going to call it here, though. It definitely needs some tweaking to make it work properly. But right now, like, the core functionality is there. Right now, really, it'll just be a long time of me just tweaking the code, talking to ChatGPT, telling what the issue is, and just bouncing those ideas back and forth and iterating until the game is done. But like I said, the core functionality is there. We clearly have a Tic Tac Toe game that mostly works, and that just came from most of this code that it just generated from me asking it to make an AI. Like, it's just this one little line I wrote to it, and it wrote the core functionality for the entire game. That is insane. And yeah, it got a few things wrong, but they were easily fixable. And for this example here, when it said negative infinity and it had positive infinity, all I had to do was tell it that GameMaker doesn't have a concept for infinity, and it gave me an alternative that worked. So it's a really cool tool. Like I've said multiple times, if you're brand new to GameMaker and you want to use this tool, just bear in mind that some of it's not going to make sense. It doesn't even know. I mean, it's hard to explain. It's obviously coding in GML, so it knows it's coding in GML, but part of it that is determining what language it's writing in doesn't know what it's writing in. So it'll I think that's for the format that the code is presented in, and it just doesn't have a proper format for GameMaker. So it'll throw things like the straw event, or it might have like create event. Um, yeah, it doesn't know proper formatting. Sometimes the variables will have, or sometimes the functions will have the wrong number of conditions or variables, and sometimes it'll spit something out like the negative infinity that doesn't work, or it'll use a built-in variable as just a regular variable, and that can be confusing. So I'd really suggest learning GameMaker before you actually use ChatGPT for it. I mean, you'll get an error and perhaps you can learn that way, but yeah, just bear all that in mind before using ChatGPT with GameMaker. But that being said, it did an amazing job at this Tic Tac Toe game. That would have taken me way longer to figure out all of that had I done it on my own. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what it can do, and I'm definitely going to be using it some more. So thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys later.